Hi everybody. Let's see here. Originally, this episode was going to be me doing a little bit of caving, hence the crazy cave, along with some footage of me finishing the walls of my giant, just enormous monstrosity of a farm, and me just kind of running around doing some random stuff. But I realized that the footage of me doing the farm is already long enough, so I'm going to go ahead and just have this episode be nothing but me building the farm and running around doing some random stuff, and we will save the caving for next episode. So yeah, we have this craziness to look forward to next time, but this time go ahead and enjoy me building the farm. Rabbit farm. Food, carrots, dandelions. Drops if you don't need them. Somebody didn't need a rabbit's foot. They're obviously feeling lucky already. Now, I realized that last episode I never told anybody about the animal situation on the server and why we have so many dang rabbits. When we first started the server, again, I think it was like 100 by 100 or 200 by 200, somewhere around there. And the only food source that we could find outside of wheat, which of course takes forever to grow unless you have lots of bone meal, were rabbits. No other animals existed on the server. For whatever reason, not sure why that was the case, especially because passive mobs are supposed to be able to spawn under certain conditions, and yet they never did. At least not until we discovered a ravine that was down here in the southeast corner of the map. Let me see if I can find... Yes, and look, the sheep. The sheep was one of the first things that appeared. It's actually that sheep right there. You can see we even built a ladder down to it. Whenever we first found this, only this small part of the ravine was available, but we saw the sheep. And we got very excited, and we all came together and we were celebrating the sheep. And then when we start walking back to spawn, all of a sudden animals start appearing out of nowhere. I mean, we have cows, we have chickens, we have pigs, we have everything, every animal that's in the game. And it was as though this one sheep had like willed the rest of these animals into existence. Or maybe the map expanded to a certain size that finally allowed the passive mobs to spawn. But I like the magical sheep theory much more myself. So yes, that is the story of the animals on our server, and the reason why we have so many rabbits is because at least I bred a lot of them early on in order to get food, sometimes wild ones. I eventually made that small little rabbit farm. as a food source and also as a leather source because we didn't have cows at that point, and so we could only get books by trading with villagers. Of course, we needed books to trade with villagers in order to unlock other trades. So, anyways, that is the history behind bunny rabbits on the server and why I'm really tempted to kill all of them every time I see one. And the passive mobs, and we have that small collection over there by the village. If you recall, mainly there's sheep and chickens, because that's where they originally spawned, and we wanted to make sure that we trapped enough to breed them. And we set up a little, chicken egg collector and all that kind of stuff. So we finally have passive mobs on the server. This appears to be a cave. Alright. Let me get back to what I was doing. Planting the trees, planting the trees, planting the trees. Curveclimber doesn't like to cut down natural forests because they don't grow back as thick, and I agree. But, I'm only doing it with this little tiny part, and I am replanting the trees. Trying to grow them back nice and thick. Hopefully I don't disturb the sensitive forest ecosystem. Well, I have to stop cutting down trees because I ran out of food. Did I get turned around? I kind of did, didn't I? Down there is a skeleton spawner. I saw something, I think it's over here, in this general direction the other day. I don't know if it's new or what. I am out of food for the most part. And my chest plate broke, so I have less armor. Yeah, this. Somebody set up a farm here. I'm guessing it is Curveclimbers then? Would be my guess. I wonder, because I'm out of food, I wonder if I can... Oop. Nope, let me in. Because I would like to get myself some cows, or some steak, I mean. Yeah, I don't know when he set this up, if this is new or what. Like I said, he wanted to do it originally in the nether. But the cows don't grow. Oh, I forgot my inventory is a little full. There we go, I can do that. And I can toss away the rabbit stuff. How many? It gives me 10 steak. There we go. I don't want to take all of his cows or anything. Yeah, that should be good for now. Is there an official way in and out of this place? Are these guys blocking it? I think they are. Ha! Alright. I'm headed back to my place. So I found the actual staircase down to my little farm thing. Little farm. I built the original room too small, and so the original staircase that I had was actually right here, but I had to dig that out, and so I had to rebuild the staircase, which is why it's a little funky right now. And of course, it's much more efficient to just jump down there. But I still wanted a cool staircase that you could kind of see. So, here's slime. The slimes are mine. Oh, there's multiple slimes. So it's going to be great. I spoke about it last episode. I want to make something to do with the slime machines, flying slime machines, whatever you want to call them. Either some kind of race type thing or a battle. I don't know what it's going to be, but it's going to require a lot of slime balls. So eventually I am going to set up a slime farm. It's just not high on my priority list. Alright, time to get back to building. Just chopping some trees, just chopping some trees, just chopping some trees. I already tore down a whole forest, so figured I should build my own forest and then tear that one down as well. I am building this little canal not because I want the sand, but because I want boat travel to be a lot more efficient on the server. That is the only reason I am doing this, I promise you. Hello everybody! So I have been working on that farm, or the room at least. The farm itself is done for the most part. Some things that I need to work out. Endermen will still steal the blocks occasionally and whatnot. This actually leads to my house, little window here. Eventually, my house is contained within this mountain here, and eventually what I want is to have just a bunch of little entrances all over the place, and the exterior, kind of blended in with the mountain, but still very clearly a fortress or, mountain castle of some kind. That is my ultimate plan. I don't know how long it's going to take me to get there. My farm is right down here, pretty much right underneath this grass. So what I have to do, unfortunately, one of the things that I have to do is completely cover in a lot of the water here. Because the room that I'm digging out, if I don't cover in the water will leak into it. I don't have much dirt left. In fact, these remaining pieces are the last of my dirt. Of course, dirt is never really hard to find. So what I'm going to do is get some dirt, fill this in, and then I'm going to go back to clearing out and building the rest of that room. I hope to have it finished by the end of this episode. Alright, be back in a second. Don't worry, guys. I noticed that I still had his wheat. I am returning it now. I am not a crook. I am not a crook. Hey. I did not find this on purpose. This was accidental. Although it looks to just be a little cave. Things can spawn here. It's a nice little area to sneak out and attack somebody. This is what Curveclimber does, though. You find these kinds of things all over the place. Wouldn't it be funny if I went around and collected all of the clay that is now unlocked so that Curveclimber can't have it? I think that would be pretty humorous. Or I could sell it to him. Sell it to him for diamonds. We need some kind of currency on this server, don't we? And that's what these world border servers are really good at, is limiting resources and making certain resources valuable. Hey, and there's some iron too. I'm just getting really lucky today. I don't know, I'll have to think about what I should do with this clay that I found. Here we are. We're in the spruce forest. I got bored of cutting down my own trees once again, so I'm going to cut down some more wild ones. Just to piss off Curveclimber, maybe inspire him to get back on the server and try to fight me to the death. So yeah, I'm going to go back to cutting my trees. I'm cooking some rabbit in a tree. Well, what used to be a tree, and the stars are up above. And I feel pretty, oh so pretty. Oh, I'm starving to death while cutting down trees. Not a good thing. Well, the walls are finally done. Didn't take as long as I expected, but it was certainly not a job that I was looking forward to. Sometimes I can simply place blocks, and it's very kind of therapeutic, almost a form of meditation, I would say. And other times it just drives me crazy. When it involves trees, it drives me crazy because I'm not just placing blocks like cobble or stone or even sand. Although sand is another one of those blocks that kind of drives me crazy like trees. But I have to farm the trees and grow the trees and do all that kind of stuff. Sand is a pain because it takes 4 sand per sandstone. And if you want smooth sandstone, you have to combine it. There's like 3 combinations that you have to make, or 3 crafting steps. Anyways, I do wish sand generators still existed, although they're cheaty. All right, so let's go ahead and we're just going to swim down, where we can kind of get a look from up here. I'm not sure what's going to go in the middle, if anything. What I had imagined. Here's our staircase. So the staircase is going to go back and forth and possibly even around, or maybe just to the sides. I want to keep the redstone relatively hidden, so I have to figure out something to cover this with. Or maybe I'll just block off like this section and I'll build a wall here, and so the room will be like 3/4 complete and you'll be able to walk around the entire area. And I'm going to have pathways leading on to each little farm section so that you can replant. But I don't know what I'm going to do in the center here because there will be little pathways. But most likely, something to blend in with this, so maybe more logs or just sandstone. Maybe some of the fancy creeper sandstone, something like like that. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. And again, there were a few blocks missing up here from that creeper blast earlier on. We can continue on down. I'm blind. And like I said, I'm probably going to do this in sandstone as well. This part that can't get hydrated. Maybe. Or maybe I'll figure out some way to hydrate it. I don't know. I could put water underneath. I also need to cover, I want to cover the bottom of all the dirt and the half slabs in order to make it blend in. I may even do a different color to make a kind of cool pattern as you look up. So maybe not half slabs or like cobble half slabs, but it's definitely some kind of half slabs. It will also prevent, and I need to put blocks here to keep this too high. Otherwise Endermen come and they steal my blocks. And if there are any dirt blocks missing, then the whole machine messes up. In fact, we're going to kind of test it out right now. Although nothing is planted at the moment, we're going to test it out and see if it's still in working order or if something is messed up. And all you have to do is press this button. The button will not be here. The button will most likely be rewired, you know, I don't know, up to the top or over here where the main entrance is going to be. And I don't know if I'm going to keep the beacon here either. These bottom two rows do not have the piston mechanisms because I think I'm going to plant cacti and sugarcane. So let's go ahead and give it a whirl. So you can see the torches fell down. And eventually it's all going to be lit up with glowstone and whatnot. But because there's no water falling down, that means that it's still in working order. And then we just hit it once more in order to turn it off. And if there was stuff planted in it, all of it would fall down, of course. And the beacon also gets shut off and shut on, and we get this kind of cool waterfall effect whenever we do that. I like the color scheme. I really like the yellow with the dark wood and stuff. A lot of these platforms are now going to be lit up, which means mobs are going to be spawning on them. And I do need to clean a lot of this up. We have to do the floor, we have to do the ceiling, and I need to figure out exactly how I want all the hallways and everything to go around this. At the bottom here, we're going to have 3 different rooms. Not sure what this room is going to be yet. This is going to be our tree farm room, which I'm going to pretty up eventually. I just needed it to function. And then in this direction is this massive cave, and I need to get the coordinates in order to figure out exactly where it is. But I want to show that to you guys possibly next time. I think that's going to be it for this episode. We've managed to finish the walls. You have no idea how long I've been wanting to do that, and already I can see that making these videos is going to motivate me. And I guess they're not completely done. I do want to put some glowstone behind, just randomly. So, anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you next time.